So let's jump into this intriguing concept that's taken center stage. It's called draining the swamp. Donald Trump has been vocal about it since his campaign days. But what's really captured my interest is Musk's involvement in this new initiative named the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE for short. Imagine if they actually turned Washington into a startup environment. Picture Musk zooming through the White House halls with his notepad, jotting down ideas like a kid in a candy store, thinking, we could cut costs here, save dollars there.
Wow, that really paints a picture. But is he really the right person for this? I mean, Musk is brilliant at running a company, but government agencies are, quite different from running Tesla. You know?
Exactly. That's hitting the nail on the head. Musk views these agencies through a private equity lens, and that's pretty unconventional. It's like he walks into the National Park Service thinking, how can I trim the budget? Without grasping that we're talking about preserving our natural beauty for future generations. When Musk jokingly talks about slashing federal spending, it seems he thinks everything is just a profit loss sheet rather than recognizing the societal value.
Oh wow, so he's approaching government budgets like, putting together a startup expenses report? But government agencies exist for public service, right? They're not just figures on a page? Is that why this is concerning to so many people?
You got it! And this opens up such a fascinating discussion about what it really means to run a government like a business. It's like taking a classic diner and trying to transform it into a high-tech food delivery startup. Sure, you might streamline operations, but what about the warmth and care that come from a home-cooked meal?
Haha, that's a great analogy. But, I keep hearing about DOGE, and isn't that the name of a meme? It makes me feel kinda absurd. Are we really discussing a government initiative named after a meme?
Right? It's like the ultimate internet joke colliding head-on with the weight of government responsibility. Initially, this was targeted at tech modernization, but now it seems like a corporate restructuring plan. Remember how it was under Obama? That was genuinely about modernization, not just budget cuts.
Oh, so it's not just about saving money. It's about making sure those services are actually functional. But, I heard Musk claimed he sees huge potential for budget cuts. But if the national debt is sky high, doesn't that feel a bit contradictory?
Absolutely. That's the irony of it all. Musk is vocal about reducing spending to prevent inflation or a fiscal crisis. But while he's cutting budgets, the interest payments on our national debt just keep rising. It's like trimming a tree while ignoring the roots becoming exposed to disease.
Wow, that's really insightful. And I heard that Musk's projected $55 billion in savings might actually be off. That's a huge number. How do errors or double counting even happen in government?
Oh, you'd be surprised. Government budgets are often as complex and intertwined as a pile of Christmas lights. You think you're making progress untangling them, but you only end up creating more knots. Musk's team, filled with young tech-savvy folks, can dive in brimming with zeal, but might lack a true understanding of existing protocols.
Wow, and have there really been mass layoffs already? I can only imagine the chaos that creates. It's like a strategy game gone wrong, right?
Exactly. Like at the National Nuclear Security Administration, key employees have been let go only to be reinstated when the gravity of the situation hits home. It's like a chef quitting because their idea for a new menu didn't get good feedback, only to realize they can't run the kitchen without that expertise.
Haha, that's so relatable. With his rush to make changes, is there a worry that essential services might get affected? I can totally see, legal challenges popping up since unions are beginning to get involved.
Right on point. The legal pushback is substantial, especially because layoffs are often justified by claims of fraud. It's like playing poker and bluffing about your hand while seated at a table with seasoned players who know the game inside out. It raises questions about governance versus efficiency, a tightrope walk between pushing for innovation and embracing chaos.
Wow, so it really is a balancing act. And Congress is mostly quiet. Aren't they supposed to keep an eye on all this? This is wild.
Exactly. It feels like Congress is stuck in the back seat while Musk speeds ahead. So many people are worried. It's like we're on a roller coaster with no safety bar, just hoping we'll reach the ground safely. We're at a crossroads. Can Musk's startup mentality align with government reality to create a well-oiled machine? Or are we just in for another chaotic ride like we've seen in his other ventures?
That's such an interesting question. I mean, what happens if it just doesn't work out? People could lose their livelihoods, right? It's like holding your breath on a diving board. You're not sure if you'll plunge into the water or hit a hard surface.
Absolutely. The stakes are high, and the implications extend beyond budget checks and savings. This could influence everyday people, all while the visionaries are crunching numbers. It'll be fascinating to see how it all unfolds.
I can't wait to see how this turns out. I mean, it'll definitely keep us talking for a while, huh?